there's something that I've been going through lately, and I'm sure everybody goes through this. In fact, I have spoken to other creators that go through this quite a bit. And I mean, people from the bottom to the very top. And what is it? Imposter syndrome, anxiety, feeling like you're not good enough. So there's a couple of things that I do to combat this. And I just want to throw these ideas out there to maybe help a couple of you people out there. So this first one I heard from a therapist coach who coaches relationships for people with anxiety, like separation anxiety or anxious anxiety, avoidant attachment style anxiety. Basically, there's a thing that he said that helps me cope with what I'm going through, even in this relationship that I have with, creativity and videography, photography. And that is that the thoughts that you have are not who you are. Yes, these things are inside of your head internally, but externally, when people are looking at you, they're seeing this person that's passionate for their craft and they're out here doing it, talking about it, posting about it. So the only person that is experiencing these things is you. So what do? When you have these thoughts, you have to try to separate yourself from them. Continue to tell yourself, these are not me. These do not make up who I am. So you are the creative, passionate person. You're not the person that your mind is trying to trick you or make you out to believe you are, like this imposter. That's not you. So that's one thing that always helps me leverage what is going on with me mentally, is just remind myself, like, that's not me. I hear you, I realize that these thoughts are there, but that's not stopping me because I know that's not who I am. I mean, obviously, I'm in front of the camera right now. I needed to do something to help fulfill my creative thirst. The other tip I want to push out there is to push yourself to have fun and remind yourself of that feeling when you started. I can almost close my eyes and still feel the feeling that I first had when I took my first picture, when I edited my first picture, when I did my first video, when I got inside of Premiere Pro for the first time and started cutting things up. That felt so good because I wasn't doing the next tip, which is comparing myself. I was just having fun. And that's what you have to get back to. You got to get back to having fun. So, get off of social media. I get it. There's so many talented people out there. And you know what? You are one of them. You are one of those people. There's somebody out there looking at your page and they're going, wow, this person is so cool. I would love to learn from them. I would love to pick their brain. Like, how did they get this image to look this way? How did they cut it this way? You are one of those people. You are amazing. So please, just have fun with it. Push yourself to have fun and remind yourself of the feeling that you had in the beginning that got you to where you are right now. That's going to lead me on to my next tip, which is get off social media as much as possible. All we do on social media is compare ourselves because the algorithm is constantly pushing things that we like, which is obviously our passion of, photography, videography, my fog machine was not supposed to do that. It just did that on its own. And hopefully the fire alarm doesn't go off now. But, as the algorithm is pushing things in front of us, we kind of lose judgment, or we cloud ourselves with, dang, like that's so good. How do I do that? I don't know how to do that. So now I feel less valuable in the world as this creative. And so get off social media. Stop doing that, because you got to go back to the other tip, is get lost and have fun. The more fun you have, the more you're going to learn. And if you want to learn more, then, there's YouTube. But the one that I recommend the most is go out and buy some courses, man. Like, my thing lately has been color grading, and I bought one course. I enjoyed it. It helped me out a lot. But I'm looking into another one and even some actual classes, so that way I can have a one-on-one with a professional. And that way I can create my own path, and that way I don't feel like I'm not any good. That way I'm not comparing myself to other people. It's just going to be my own path that I paved, you know? So my camera just died in the middle of me recording, but my next point is get lost in the process. And essentially it goes back to the having fun part. Because remember, when you were having fun in the beginning, you would get lost in the process and the minutes would turn to hours, right? You need to learn to get back to that. And honestly, you don't need to learn it. It's already in you. You've done it before. Now do it again. Get lost in the process. Put your phone on do not disturb. Do whatever you have to do to minimize distractions and just get lost and have fun again. That's where you need to be. See, I think all these distractions are the reason why we have the imposter syndrome, or we get anxiety, or we get in that little funk where it's just like, I can't do anything. When you get in those funks and ruts and, you know, whatever you may call it, they're the perfect moment to discipline yourself. So that's what you need to do. You know, like this is almost like a gym. Like take yourself to the gym, get in there, do the work, and then watch how you come back out feeling. You're going to feel amazing. That's one of the things that I've been practicing myself, and I love it. Like, I thought of this video idea while I was having imposter syndrome and feeling, you know, a little bit down. Like I didn't want to do anything, and here I am. It was just an idea to do because I want others to get out of this same rut, funk, and find themselves in front of the camera again, or color grading, or, you know, taking pictures again. Because at the end of the day, you're not going to be here forever. You got to leave your mark. Also, if you have kids like myself, you want to leave something for them. You know, you want them to, like, I want my daughter someday to get on YouTube and just watch my stuff and be like, damn, that's cool. You know, this is the other side of my dad that I never got to see, which I'm sure she will when she gets older. She's just a child right now, but this is one of those things that I think of. Like, I just got to leave something behind to the world to look back upon. So get out of that funk by doing these things. Our next tip is my last tip, which is post it and don't look back. This is something that I've been pushing myself to do because for the longest, I've had that fear of posting things like, oh man, what are people going to think? People are going to look at it and think I'm an amateur. People are not going to like it. I'm going to get made fun of. And so one day I just was like, dude, I just need to post something out there because I'm going nowhere. I'm doing nothing. And then that's where I got the idea. I was like, how about I just post it? After I post it, I'm not going to look back on it, you know? And it worked. Like I just posted it, closed my phone, went about my day. I even forgot that I posted it until I started seeing that I was getting likes for it. On some of my accounts, I actually turned off notifications just so I can actually not get reminded about it. So post it and just let happen whatever happens. You never know. You might get a lot of attention. You might not. Even if you don't, who cares? Like once you do post it and then worry less about it, it feels really good. And I think that's the thing that's made it much easier for me. Like YouTube is something I've been wanting to do for a long time, but I was always afraid. So with my first few videos, I was doing the same thing. Just post it and leave it alone, right? So yeah, and really is only good can come from this. So just remember that. Don't be afraid. Talking to a camera is hard at first, but you get used to it. So I hope these tips help you and you find them useful, and I hope that you guys actually do practice them because I'm practicing them myself. If they do, let me know. If you have any more tips, you know, leave them out in the comments. I would like to hear them. And that's pretty much it. See ya.